Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. My name's Oliver. So for today's video, we have an episode recap of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 14, Episode 14. We're really nearing the season finale, because I know next episode they go to St. Lucia, and I think it ends in St. Lucia. So anyways, let's get into it. So first of all, it starts with Kathy and Kyle driving. This is right after the news of Mauricio being caught in the airport in Greece and like TMZ catching it and stuff. So Kathy's like, how are you doing? And then Kyle's like, yeah, like she starts talking about it and she was like, it's strange because, you know, I expected to see him out at a restaurant or out and about, but not on TMZ. And then she was like, wait, that is what you were asking, right? And then Kathy was like, well, like that was on my mind, but like, I just wanted you to bring it up first, of course. Love Kathy. Kyle said that she's still processing it and everything, but yeah, we'll get onto that a little bit later. Next up is with Erica's home. I have it here written that it looks amazing, which it does. Like, I like how it's like decorated now. It seems like she is very happy in the home. Like, I'm glad that she was able to like, essentially just like build back, you know, herself after everything that's happened. Build back after herself. You guys know what I meant. You know, rebuild her life. Essentially, that's what I meant to say. Okay, also her mom is there. Her mom just arrived. I can't remember too much that happened in this specific scene. After this, it goes back to Kyle and Kathy. They're going to get a mammogram, and basically they're going to get mammograms because their mom passed away from breast cancer. She didn't have mammograms for like 5 years, but whenever she finally found a lump in her breast, it was already stage 4, unfortunately. And so Kyle said that, you know, maybe, you know, if she just had her mammogram, she would still be there right now. But yeah, but while they're sitting there, Kyle removed wife from her bio because Mauricio removed husband and father from his bio, which was very interesting. Kathy was like, Mauricio isn't Brad Pitt and he's not in a financial position to pay anybody off. Kathy, she definitely has some tea on Mauricio. She definitely has a lot of tea on Mauricio. I don't know what it is, but Kathy, she has a lot to say. She's made other comments about him before, I think this season too, but yeah. Kathy also suggests that they find the girl and they dig up dirt on her, and Kyle's like, no. And Kathy's like, well, there are other ways to find out who orchestrated all this. I just want to be in Kathy Hilton's mind for like 5 minutes and see what goes on in there, because I'm so fascinated and she's so funny. After this, it is Garcelle and Sutton. They're at Sutton's store because Sutton's getting ready for her fashion show. Sutton said that her mom, Reba's flight got canceled because there was a big outage. I think this was like back in the summer sometime. I was out of town somewhere because I remember this happening. It was like really crazy. Garcelle's son is going to be walking in the show. Garcelle brought up, oh, in her confessional, Sutton's feud with Porit. Sorry, I just can't, that's just such a good name for it. I can't get over Dorit Porit. Anyways, but yeah, so Garcelle was just bringing up the fact that it's like they just are never on good terms, and then it just escalates and then it just blows up. After this, they're both talking about Kyle and Mauricio's pics, like how Mauricio had the pic with the girl in the airport in Greece, and then Kyle had a picture with the other Morgan Wade, at her concert. Interesting. Sutton thinks that Kyle is waiting on Mauricio to come back, and I can see that too. I could definitely see that too. I just, come on Kyle, let's pack our bags, let's go. I know it's hard. I mean, I personally don't know, but I know it must be hard. After this, it's Erica and her mom again. They're drinking champagne in her cabana. I love Erica's house, like I said before, how it's decorated. They're talking about her past and how Tom has an upcoming trial, and she was saying that anytime somebody brings it up, it's kind of like reopening a healing wound, and she just wants to get away from all of that. That just was a very traumatic time for her, so I can see why. Anyways, after this, Garcelle and Dorit, they have lunch. Hell hath frozen over, like Dorit said. This is crazy. But it was good because since Dorit came up to Garcelle at Bose's, I forgot like what it was, like a Serenity Sisterhood thing. I forgot what. Dorit came up to Garcelle and apologized, and she was like, you know, I hear you, like I'm sorry. They seem like they're on really good terms, so. But anyways, while they're at the lunch, Garcelle in her confessional, she was saying that there are certain people in their group, Sutton, who forget that she's separating with small children, so they aren't as compassionate. Could totally see that. Then after that, they're both talking about Kyle and Mauricio and like the pictures of it all and whatnot. It was just very interesting. So then Dorit is just like, well, does Sutton talk to Kyle all the time? And then after that, Garcelle was just like, so what's your beef with her? And then Dorit was like, my beef with Sutton. And then Garcelle was like, yeah, like what is your beef? And then Dorit was just like, it seems like you have rose tinted glasses for Sutton. And then Garcelle was like, no, but Dorit was just like, would you agree that that's not cruel and mean what she did at the Caviar Caspia? And Garcelle was like, yeah, like that was definitely mean and cruel. And then Dorit was just like, it would just be helpful if you just say stuff in the moment. And Garcelle was like, yeah, definitely. Now it's very interesting because I think it was last season or season prior, I can't remember when, but someone had told Garcelle to stop speaking up for Sutton. And then this season, Dorit's like, you need to speak up for Sutton, or like speak up against her or whatever. So I'm like, y'all need to figure out which one it is, because I don't even know. Plus it just told me after show that Garcelle, she does speak up against Sutton to Sutton's face, and this was on the after show, like she did it. So anyways, It's not like she hasn't done that before. Dorit in her confessional was just like, you know, as long as Garcelle sticks up for Sutton, speaks for her, and is like her mouthpiece, like we can have nice lunches, but we'll never be close friends. And then Garcelle was just like, I think after this lunch we were in a better place, but I'm still keeping one eye open. So of course they both were like, yeah, no, it's cool, but they don't fully trust each other. Anyway, Sutton's fashion show. So RHOBH couldn't come because her flight got canceled, and the next day she spent 13 hours in the airport and couldn't get on a flight. And so Sutton was just like, that meant a lot because like that's my mom. Like she never does that, but she tried to do that for me, so I really appreciate that. Once Kyle got there, she was avoiding the press, of course. I said that it's impressive that Sutton has a lot of fashion press. Like honestly, a lot of what, like Vogue was there. Was it Women's Wear Daily that was there too? But Vogue was definitely there. After this, Sheena was there. Vanderpump Rules. Garcelle said that she thinks Sutton has a void in validation. 100%. I could totally see that, especially at the end of the fashion show, which I'll get back to. Then everybody sits down at the show. Kathy gets up and goes backstage 30 seconds before the show starts. And she goes to ask Sutton if Dorit could narrate the show because she knows a lot about fashion. Kathy knew what she was doing, but and that was so funny. That was so funny. I cannot believe Kathy did that. Then Kathy comes right back out and she's just talking to people on the runway when the show started. Like she literally came out right whenever the other girls came out too. I was like, oh my gosh. Then Kathy just went to go sit down. Mind you, she was limping because she had like fell and hit her knee or something like that earlier. But yeah, I wrote in here, the clothes are cool. Garcelle's son was walking in the show, and as he was passing by, I caught that Bo said, "Come on, nephew." I love when black people do that because I have so many of my parents' friends who, like, I just call them like aunt or uncle or whatever. Nephew. Oh, God, I love that. After this, at the very end, Kyle said that the show was good. Erica said that, you know, she applauds her for her work and whatever. Dorit was just like, I don't know about that. The fact that she was able to pull that off, very good. And Sutton, she felt fulfilled. She said, my daughter Porter is sitting like here at the show. I hope that she's proud of me. She said, my mom was supposed to be here, but she couldn't be. So I hope my mom's proud of me. And that goes back to what Garcelle was saying with the whole validation comment earlier. She was avoiding validation, but it looked like it went well, and I'm glad that it did. So that was the episode recap of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So comment your thoughts down below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did making it. Please remember to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.